All righty. What is happening, everyone? All right, all right, all right. Just get all the things sent out for this one, and we'll get going here. All right. What is up, Ringo Mingo and Lava Lords Universe 2, Jello Pudding, Ryan Lista, Augustine Vega. Hello, you are a person. You are a beautiful person. Welcome to our live stream. Tyler Gurley. How's it going, everyone? So my little test news video doesn't look like it went off as well as I wanted to. I'm still going to send it live once YouTube's done processing it, because we did a little 13-minute stream. I don't know, was it 20 minutes ago now? Something like that, half hour ago. Just to try to get the news out the door. I forgot to turn off the studio mode, and so you guys ended up, like, there's a moment in there where I'm watching the entire minute 40 plus of the Yoshi trailer, and you can hear it, but you can't see it because I screwed that up. But you know what? Mistakes happen, and I mentioned at the beginning of the video that it might get a little wonky because I've never done something like that before. You live and you learn. I actually really like that for getting out news super, super fast, especially when the alternative was like making 4 separate videos that I was never possibly going to get done. But, you know. No January Direct confirmed. Is it actually confirmed? Hold on. That's a bold claim. Is it actually confirmed there won't be a Nintendo Direct? Or is that just your presumption? Because honestly, I have no idea. I don't know that anyone has any idea. Just making an opinion. Yeah, it's... I don't know. Like, I'm sitting here on Twitter. I've been on here for, I don't know, a couple hours. And most people are just taking guesses in the dark on if there'll be a direct or if there won't be, based on the information that we have now, the 4 announcements. Now, again, announcements don't mean new games. It just means new announcements for games. So it could be release date announcements. It turns out that Dragon's Dogma was obviously a new one. The Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn wasn't a new game announcement, but it was a new release date announcement. So was it with Yoshi's Crafted World. I don't know what's happening. Nintendo's never done this before in a single day. Like, they've had this stuff drop like once in a blue moon. But this is just different. This is different in a way that I'm still speechless. As I wait for YouTube to finish processing my video that didn't work as well as I wanted it to because I forgot to turn off studio mode, I'm just baffled. I still believe there's a January Direct. What's likely happening is Nintendo's getting minor titles. Okay, yeah, and that's a possibility, Just Cliff. That's the thing. I mentioned that in my video whenever YouTube's done processing. It's a 13-minute live stream, YouTube. How long does it take to process? Anyways, because like people can click on, if they got the notification, they can click on it and watch it. It's still gaining views. I don't know. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. So let's talk about it. I didn't talk to the chat then. Let's talk to the chat now. I'm not going to like bring up all the stories. You guys should know them by now. If you don't, just ask, and I will tell you what the news is. Bottom line is, this is weird. Nintendo's never done this, and we don't know what this means. It could just be the calm before the storm. So they're just getting this stuff out of the way because they have so much stuff to stuff in the Direct that the stuff they make the cut. Or they could just be pushing the Direct back and just giving us games that are coming out, you know, now, and we're not going to get a Direct till February. That's entirely possible. That's not unheard of. Nintendo It is a little bit weird with January in particular because only 2 Januaries in the history of Nintendo Directs have they not had a Nintendo Direct. So it's not just 5 of the last 6. They pretty much always have a Direct in January. That was why a lot of people thought one was coming, plus the Switch's momentum, in addition to the fact that there are a ton of games announced for 2019 for Switch already that we have no idea when they're coming, and some of them, like Animal Crossing, we haven't even seen. So a lot of reason to expect a Nintendo Direct of some type, like Daemon X Machina. I'd be shocked if that doesn't land before Yoshi's Crafted World. We've seen so much gameplay of that game. It'd be really weird if that wasn't coming out like early in 2019. So I think there is a Direct coming. I just don't know if it's going to be January anymore. It might now be February, and this is a tide me over. Or, heck, maybe they canceled the Direct. Everyone got sick, and they're just going to release these little trailers and trickle us all month and do something different. Or maybe there's no more Nintendo Directs. Maybe they no longer exist. I don't know. Nobody knows what's happening. Nobody knows. But I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts on all that news that dropped today. If there's anything you want to talk about, you guys can ask all the questions you want. Kind of treat this as a Q&A. It could be about the Direct or lack of, or the news or whatever. Or it could be about the channel. It could be about Nintendo, whatever. Just be sure to ping me in the chat at Nintendo Prime. I'll still try to get to your questions even if you don't do that. But if you do that, I am more likely to see your question as it'll be highlighted on my screen because that's just how this stuff works. Oh, yeah, and the NES games today, too. I mean, they announced those are coming on the 16th. Master Blaster and Zelda 2. So, let's see here. We got... I will tell everyone in the chat right now, this is the tip of the iceberg. They wanted to show the smaller titles first. Yep, it's possible. Possible. I hope for our sake that Link's Awakening remake possible is true. I mean, I think everyone hopes that. Obviously, those Nintendo Direct leaks. I mean, if a Direct still happens, it's not like they're not true. Like example of Yoshi's Crafted World, the transcript or whatever, just like, oh, it's just coming in spring. I mean, the leaks aren't real. Come on, does anyone really believe in the leaks? Come on. Did anyone ever really believe the leaks? I think people want to believe the leaks. That's why Link's Reawakening is something I want, but I mean, those aren't real. Let's see here. This feels like a lot when indies and some bigger third parties make minor announcements ahead of Direct E3, but it's Nintendo themselves doing it. That's the strange thing. Like release dates for Yoshi's Crafted World, that's not dropped in a Direct. That just feels strange. Something feels strange about what they're doing today. And of course, Nintendo's not going to communicate it to us because they love that I'm streaming this. They love that fans are speculating. They love the hundreds and hundreds of videos going up all over YouTube about this. They love the Twitter chatter and the Reddit threads blowing up and all the game forums and game websites around the world just asking what the hell is going on because it's all attention. It's not really negative. It's not really positive. It's just confusion. And yet we have these good announcements in the midst of this confusion, in the midst of Switch just blowing up, and Nintendo has us like by the proverbial balls, and they're not letting go, and they're not going to let go until they give us a Direct. And we might not get one this month, might not get one next month, might not get one in March. Or we are going to get one all 3 months. Who knows? But Nintendo. It is crazy what is happening. They've just never done this. This just continues to prove Nintendo is unpredictable. Just when you think you have them figured out, they do this. That's Nintendo, man. Beating to the beat of their own drum, and just you never know. We could get a new Zelda game announced tomorrow with just a trailer drop. Or a cryptic tweet, or on their Facebook thing, they put up a screenshot of a new Zelda game. Just why? Because they just feel like doing it. They want to make the internet blow up. Like, it's crazy to me. Crazy. But exciting. We are in uncharted territory, folks. And it's going to be interesting to see where things go in 2019, man. There's a lot of games coming. We know there's a lot of Switch games coming, a lot of exclusive games heading our way this year. So Let me get to some comments here. Ariel Lazarus says, so what happened? I fell asleep earlier and apparently missed everything. So Nintendo decided to drop a bunch of stuff today. They dropped a release date for Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn for 3DS. It was already previously announced technically, but we did not have a release date. Now we have a release date, and they detailed what some of the new stuff in that game was when we didn't have those details before. So we got details on new stuff, and we also got a release date. We got a release date and a story trailer for Yoshi's Crafted World. That's obviously a big deal. That is something everyone presumed was going to be in a Direct. Like, pretty much it is in every major Nintendo game, like it was for Kirby Star Allies, but no, they just dropped it out of nowhere. They dropped a Travis Strikes Again trailer. That on its own isn't that mysterious, but with it coming out so soon this month, it would make sense for that to be in a Nintendo Direct. And by the way, all this news was dropped like within like minutes of each other. Nintendo just like it's like someone went on Nintendo's back end and hit live, send, press release. Like, it's almost like someone hacked Nintendo. That's what it feels like, but it can't be. Like, this feels intentional. It's just, they've never done this. Beyond that, they also gave us the new NES games we're getting this month on January 16th. Again, all of that was previously announced in a Nintendo Direct. Yes, we had our individual trailers, and some people didn't realize what we were getting, but the actual games they released in October, November, and December were announced in a Nintendo Direct. This time, they didn't announce it in Nintendo Direct. They just said, hey, you're getting Blaster Master and Zelda 2 this month. So we're only getting 2 games. That's a step down from what we've been getting, although they're 2 very, very good games. But whatever. Again, normally a Nintendo Direct announcement, just tossed out there. All of it within minutes of each other, leaving the internet to scramble and not know what to do with all of this. And as someone who does not make news summary videos unless, one, it is a Nintendo Direct, and ergo, I need to summarize all the news from that Direct. Or it's a Friday and I release a Prime News, which just summarizes the whole week. I didn't know what to do. I could have made 4 individual videos and been up editing and recording and being confused for the next 10 hours. Or I did what I did with the little live stream thing. It didn't really go off without a hitch because I forgot to turn studio mode off. And because I forgot to turn studio mode off, I was in the video for 13 minutes. I watched the trailer for Yoshi. I watched another trailer and another. I watched like 3 different trailers, and I put up a press release. None of it actually happened on screen because I'm an idiot, and it happens. And I noted at the beginning there might be something wonky because I've never done that before. But that is good practice because I do want to do some live news shows like that, except include a Q&A section part of it, like, you know, like a 5 to 10 minute Q&A section part of it. And that is something that is a stretch goal on Patreon. Granted, it's a long off stretch goal on Patreon. It's like a $1,000 stretch goal. It's way, way far away. But it was good practice for something like that, so I now know things to watch out for. It's also a nice reminder why I want an Elgato Stream Deck, so I don't need to use studio mode to switch my scenes or to switch things on and off. That is one reason I want the Stream Deck, so I could stop being reliant on studio mode and me fumbling around with it and remembering to turn it off. Instead, I can just literally have everything I want to switch there. I just manually hit a button and it just happens. But what are you going to do? Nothing I could change about that now. Super Andrew 64 says, do you think GTA 5 will ever come to Switch? I mean, maybe, possibly. It's like one of the best-selling games of all time. Until there's a GTA 6 announcement, it's never too late to release GTA 5. It still sold phenomenally in 2018 on platforms. No reason to not bring it. In fact, if they brought it this year, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a top 10 seller on Switch this year, in spite of all the games coming, because GTA 5 is just that big of a deal, and everyone would want it in a portable fashion. It might even be a system seller. I don't know. I mean, we got Dragon's Dogma. Why not GTA 5? Why not? It was on Xbox 360. It could be on Switch. I'm hoping now that Red Dead's out, like, they're like, okay, yeah, man, maybe we should put that on Switch. I don't know. I mean, I don't really care. I don't care about Grand Theft Auto itself. It's not a series I'm into. It's not a franchise I am ingrained with. I have played it. I have experience with it. It's just not something that I get that hyped about. But I know it's a tentpole franchise that has a lot of clout and would fit very well on Switch, and ergo would be massive, massive gains for Switch, even as a late port. But I mean, I'm not 2K. I'm not Rockstar. I don't get to make these decisions. I just get to keep hoping and dreaming and wishing and wetting my whistle and praying to, rest in peace, Satoru Iwata, to shine his light down on Gaming Kingdom and give me everything I want in life. And that's just not the way the world works, but I can hope and I can dream. Let's see here. Is there going to be a Nintendo Direct? I don't know. Nobody knows. What they did today has never been done before. I went back through their YouTube channel and I went back through the social media accounts. This has never happened. Nintendo has never, in the history of their company, since doing Nintendo Directs, dropped 3 announcements. 3 major, Dragon's Dogma, an Epic Yarn release date, and a Yoshi's Crafted World release date. Really, those are the 3 big ones. And then obviously you have the 4th one with the NES games. They have never done that in a single day ever in the history of the company that wasn't a follow-up to a Nintendo Direct. So it was just trailers and information from a Direct or E3. So Nintendo's never done this. So does this mean we're getting a January Direct and they just needed to get this stuff out of the way because it would be overshadowed by everything in the Direct? Or is this just hey, we're throwing this out here because we're not doing a Direct for a while. So here's some stuff. People keep anticipating a Direct. We're not doing one. So here's some stuff. Get hyped for next month maybe. Or, obviously the long off theory is maybe they're just done with Directs in general and this is just what they're going to do. They're just going to trickle stuff out and we're just going to deal with it. I don't know. Nobody knows. And all of the people that usually know, all of the rumor mongers out there that usually know what's happening are staying silent. I'm not talking about the 4chans of the world. I'm talking about trusted insiders like Emily Rogers, Laura Kate Dale. People like that are saying nothing. They are saying absolutely nothing. And that is strange. That is strange. So I don't know what this means. I don't know if anyone knows what this means. Maybe they're saying nothing because there's nothing to say. I don't know. This is a weird start to 2019, an exciting start, and Nintendo's just being Nintendo, doing Nintendo-like things, because this is what Nintendo does. So, hey, something fresh, man. One thing we can always count on Nintendo is to do something different, and today was different, and it's exciting, it's worrying, it's enthralling, every emotion under the sun, I guess you could feel right now. The bottom line is we're still getting a bunch of games this year. So even if we don't get a Direct this month, I can't be really disappointed. We're getting a bunch of games. Yeah, right now there's not really anything major for February. However, that could be fixed, with more trailers or more announcements coming later. There is a major investors meeting landing on the 31st. So we're going to get a bunch of exciting news out of that. There will be a Direct or something in the next 3 months that's going to give us all the details on a whole bunch of stuff coming up until E3. Potential we might get our first look at Animal Crossing sometime. There's so much good to happen this year. I can't even be disappointed if there isn't a Direct. But it's just strange, man. Nintendo is doing what Nintendo does. But yeah, be sure to @ me, like Duo said. It highlights my name in the chat, so then I get to your questions quicker. Obviously, another quick way to get your question to the top of the pile is always Super Chat, donate. And ask your question in the Super Chat or donation, and that literally jumps it to the top of the pile. I will literally skip to that question, especially since I'm usually pretty far behind for new viewers. I try to read the entirety of the chat so I don't miss anything. And that leads to me often being severely behind where the current chat is. So, yeah. So some people like to do that. I'm going to head out. Let me toss a buck his way and be like, hey, give my question before I got to go. Just as a little FYI. You don't have to pay. I will answer questions anyways. But, if you're going to dip out, you're going to dip out. What are you going to do? Let's see here. Duo wonders if the Direct was scheduled for today and they had to move it before even announcing it, and we're just getting some small uploads that they either didn't care about or forgot to fix. But the thing is, it's not just the uploads. They sent out press releases. It had to be planned if they also sent out press releases. So I I don't know. Do you think the secrecy in the video game industry is growing stale? Why not more transparency? It says Callaway0203. Some companies are really transparent. They really are. And one thing I will say about all the secrecy and all the, not really knowing what's happening or why stuff is, it definitely, I guess, works to the benefit of people like me. A lot of people watch my channel. A lot of people watch my stuff because they think I'm genuine. They think I'm transparent. Regardless of any mistakes I make, I usually own up to them, at least when I'm made aware or are aware of the mistakes I've made. And because other companies just don't say anything, it kind of makes people like me look good, I guess. I don't know. But companies are never obligated to tell us anything. So, I don't know. I mean, what's the secrecy? Like, we don't have to know everything a company is doing at all times. So, like, what's the secrecy? There was never a guaranteed direct this month. It was a presumption based on history. But that doesn't mean there was a direct coming. So, I don't know. Like, I don't really feel Nintendo's being secretive here. It's just doing their own thing. Like always. Nintendo always does their own thing, it feels like. Let's see here. If all the current patrons added an extra $5 a month, we could fund that goal. Gosh, could we? Would that actually do it? Hold on. That goal for the live news show twice a week. What? Hold on. We have what, 53 patrons now? I think we gained another new patron today. Thank you so much, by the way, for all of our patrons. You guys are making this channel thrive, man. You're getting a lot of new shows are being funded by you guys. It's awesome. What was that? 53 times 5. I mean, what does that get us to? That doesn't get us to that goal. That gets us to that gets us on our way to the $800 goal. But that doesn't get us to the. It would probably have to be, I think, $10. Even $10 a month, we'd be short. So, from all the new patrons, but whatever. I get what you're saying, but I don't want to like. I'd rather just keep growing and getting more patrons rather than like telling patrons, hey, if you could just give me 5 more per month. Like, come on now. It is a nice thought though. Let's see here. Give up 1 extra cup of coffee. If you're paying $5 for a cup of coffee, you're getting ripped off. Just letting you know right now. You're getting ripped off. Most places will just give you it for free, and if you're going to get it from Starbucks or whatever, like for just plain coffee, it's not $5. Now for the fancy stuff, of course. And we got the January NES titles for Switch online service, yep. And all the prior ones were announced in a direct, so that's interesting. Let me see here. Close enough. Close enough, says Robert Smith. Represent. Close enough. So there's no direct, I'm assuming, says Knofox. I have no idea. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. We are in crazy territory right now. What hasn't been announced, do you think Virtuos and Panic Button are working on? Panic Button is likely working on Doom Eternal or something like that for Switch, I would assume. And I don't know what Virtuos is doing, if they're doing anything for Switch right now, because both of those companies work on games for other platforms too. They're not just working on Switch stuff. So, let me see here. Robert Smith, I got a $180 pay raise this year. I'm thinking of doing a $50 on Patreon. Oh, $50 Patreon. You haven't done it yet, but that's crazy. We have had one other $50 patron at one point, even though we don't even have a tier for it. That was Mark Greenberg. He was dropping the hot money because he felt bad because he was a patron. He was like one of the first patrons, and then he like vanished for 6 months, and he's like, oh, I feel bad. Now I'm a $50 patron. Now he vanished again. Mark, come back, my man. I miss you, Mark. We miss you. Come back, my bro. Anyways, you do what you want, man. That's your money. You do what you need with it. What do you think Retro's working on, and do you think we'll see it this year? I think we'll see. I've been saying this every year for like 3 years. Oh, we're gonna get Retro Studios game announced finally. You know, is it that Star Fox Racing game that was rumored, or is it something else entirely? We got to see something from them, right? They're still alive. They're still hiring people. Eventually, I don't know if it's I'm not gonna say it's coming out this year, but eventually we got to see it. So, you know what? Keep the faith alive. This year's the year we hear from Retro Studios. I'm going to believe. E3, something like that. Let's hear from Retro Studios. I want to have faith, so I'm going to have faith. In fact, I might do an E3 bingo this year. Retro Studios, game announcement. That's all I'm putting on it. That's going on my bingo card. I'm not even going to say it's Star Fox Racing or whatever. I'm just going to say something from Retro Studios. I'll count it. You guys can put it on your bingo cards too. I will count it. Let me see. I see a press conference for Generation 8 in April, 10% chance. Obviously, Gen 8 Pokemon, that's going to get announced at its own event. It's always its own event or part of a larger Pokemon event. It's never in a Direct. New information does come out in Directs, and there are Pokemon Directs after the game's announced. So Gen 8 is going to be announced in its own thing. I imagine it might be similar to Pokemon Let's Go last year, or was announced close to E3, but not during E3, and then they had more news come out during E3. I can imagine that's something they'll do, or maybe they'll start the hype cycle even sooner for it and hit us in the spring. Who knows? Pokemon just always does its own thing, and so heck, maybe they're dropping Pokemon tomorrow. Who knows? Nintendo doesn't control that anyways. The Pokemon Company and Game Freak are the ones that really. I mean, Nintendo works in tandem, but they're the ones that decided we want to unveil it at this time. And then Nintendo's like, okay, well, since you're unveiling it, then can we get some stuff for this Direct we have planned or this E3 thing we have planned? Anyways. What do you think Retro's working on? Okay, I already talked about that. Let me see. You cannot use the Nintendo Direct logo as a thumbnail because it only confuses everyone. Is it actually confusing people? Because I mean, the topic is the literal topic in the headline is Nintendo Direct. I can't imagine that's confusing people. Are you guys confused? Tell me seriously, are you guys confused by that logo? It's okay if you are. I'll go change it out. I mean, I'm not a Nintendo Direct. Hello. I mean, it's even the old logo, right? It's not even the new one. It's okay. It's okay, if people are confused. But I mean, I could change out the thing. I just threw it in there because that's what the topic was. The logo confused you so much. Yeah, I don't know one way to check. If there's a massive dislike ratio on the stream, that means people are mad because they came here thinking it was a Direct, which I don't know how they could think that. But I mean, no, we have a 96% like to dislike ratio, which is bigger than most of our streams. So I will take it. All right, cool. So I'll just leave that alone. I'm sorry though for the one or two people out there that might have been confused. I mean, I'm not Nintendo. This isn't a Direct. It says, so let's talk about the January Nintendo Direct, lack thereof, or something. I thought the title was pretty clear, but I don't know. Maybe it's not. But I will keep that in mind for future live streams where I talk about Directs when a Direct hasn't happened. I will keep that in mind as maybe a suggestion to change the thumbnail and do something maybe more unique instead of just grabbing a generic old school Nintendo Direct logo. That's the thing. I also thought maybe using an old school Nintendo Direct one would be a tip off too. That hey, Nintendo doesn't use that one anymore. But here and in comes the copyright claim for using one of Nintendo's logos. Even when they've retired. Let me see here. So confused. Yeah, I'm clearly Reggie Fils-Aimé. Can't you see the relation? Can't you see the relation? Of course, now YouTube is like, oh, your YouTube video is red. It's not displaying well. I mean, it looks like it's displaying fine to me. Whatever. Just keep going. Hey Nate, sorry about last night, friends. What happened last night, Clayton? Do you think I remember? I don't remember what happened earlier today. I've had a hell of a day today, guys. It has been not just this Nintendo stuff. I only got one legit pre-recorded video out today, and even that was a rush job of talking about the Dragon's Dogma news because it's been a busy day. My kids have got me on edge today. Let me tell you, I haven't been this on edge in God knows how long. Parenting's hard, folks. Parenting is hard. Let me see here. Super Andrew. Oh, 100 people watching. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about a hot button topic, so I guess yeah, and the stream's going still smooth, right? YouTube lies sometimes. Oh, the stream is there's not enough data. I don't trust their live thing. I'm watching the stream back and it looks fine. So what do you know? What do you know, Nintendo? All right. I just gotta. I'm just going into my my prior stream here that failed. Gosh, I'm so sorry on that prior stream. There were supposed to be like trailers playing and stuff, and I failed. I got to get an Elgato Stream Deck. Before I do a live news show, I need an Elgato Stream Deck. It just makes it, or it doesn't even need to be an Elgato one. It can be a different one, but gosh, then I don't have to use. I hate using the studio mode to kind of like get a scene ready because it just confuses me. So, anyways, I will get a Stream Deck for the next time I do a live thing like that. I'm waiting for a new subscriber. We have a new alert today. Our alert is completely different. Like when we get a new sub or a new super chat or something, we have a brand new alert that looks sick. We'll see how long that lasts. But we do have a brand new alert. All right, let me go to all the ats. I'm only reading the at questions for now. So if you did not at me and you asked a question, I apologize. There's still time for you to get your question in. So let's just go down because the chat's really going crazy right now. Let me see here. Joseph Cohen says, what do you think about the possibility of a Nintendo Direct tomorrow? Could happen. They kind of did something similar before. Remember when they put up the Chibi Robo on Fire Guy, and then all of a sudden there was the Direct the next day? So this could be a troll by Nintendo, a classic troll. Here's some news. Oh, you didn't think a Direct was coming? Here's a Nintendo Direct. Like, that would be cool. I mean, it's Nintendo, though. We don't know what they're going to do. We just don't know what they're going to do. Ryan Lisa, subscribe. He just wanted to see the new alert. He just wanted to see the new alert. Oh, Ryan. Oh, Ryan. You were already subscribed. Did you unsubscribe and then resubscribe? You know, if you did that, Ryan, now you probably won't get notifications for any of my videos anymore. Oh, man. There you go. You got to see what the new notification is. Grown man overreacts to January. Right. So I was going to do an overreact to one of the trailers today as a debut. I don't know which one I should overreact to. Probably the Yoshi one, right? Like, I feel like that's the biggest trailer they dropped today. And if I can't do the Dragon's Dogma one because, as I found out, Capcom is still being Crapcom and copyright striking for using their trailers. So can't use the Dragon Dogma trailer. So maybe I'll do an overreaction to the Yoshi one here and toss that up tomorrow. Hey, there's a new subscriber, Chaotic Panda. Thank you so much for subscribing. Go down the list for some more questions. Nick Figure says, I don't like the whole Nintendo won't do this because they traditionally have never done it argument. Nintendo is so unpredictable. That excuse should have been thrown out the window. Again, I said this whole time, I don't know what's happening. We could still get a January Direct. We could not get one. They could stop doing Directs altogether. They could be doing a zillion creative alien. Okay, are people literally unsubscribing and resubscribing just so they can see that notification? I know Creative Alias was a subscriber. What is happening? It is a really cool notification. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it for. The whole reason we're using this older stream format is because I couldn't get that notification to work with like the other format. But anyways, Capcom doesn't care about the publicity. What does a dragon have to do with the channel? Prime things happen. Do you have to ask that again? Prime things happen. Prime things happen. All right. Anyways, that thing's not going to stay. It's I can't custom. I don't know. It's weird, but I really like it and I wanted to use it, so we're using it. So suck it up. Let me see here. Don't worry about it during the stream, but if you like or dislike the stream badges I made, could you let me know in Discord after? You know what? I don't mind them. Let me see if I can. Let me see if it'll let me do anything about those right now. Should be a primate. Oh, should be a primate, huh? I wonder, community settings? I don't even know how to change these things. You sent them. Is it in the general chat? I don't even remember where you sent those things. You know what? Why don't you DM me those things on Discord, and I'll see about replacing them right now. There's a place here on the back end. Hey, look, I actually have people who are banned at the channel. Sad day. That's a sad day. I don't like having to ban people. I really don't. It's sad. It is sad. Okay. Yeah, so just so you know, Duo, there is a new member icon, and then a 1 month, a 2 month, a 6 month, a 1 year, and a 2 year. Just so you know how many there are. But what I will do is take the 3 you made. Here's the original. You can use it at the highest tier. Okay. So you have 4. So new 1, 2, 3, and that'll be 6 months. I'll just leave 6 month, 1 year, and 2 year at that one you sent. If it'll, why do these things never let me download them? This is the stupidest thing. Open original. I don't even know what's happening. Oh, there it goes. Why it's so hard for me to download these dang things. Let's put them on the desktops. I know where they are. Sorry, guys. Just getting these new member. Like, if you become a member on YouTube, like, you hit that join button, you can get, like, badges. And these are new badges that Duo made that I am downloading right now to add to our members. So I apologize as I grab these badges. But once I have them all downloaded, because Discord is being really weird about downloading. Oh, and if you're a member of our Patreon at patreon.com/Nintendo Prime, for as little as $1 a month, you do get access to our Discord server and my friend code. If you care about those kind of things. If you don't care about those kind of things, I'm sorry. All right. Close that. Yeah, it's a new member, 1 month, 2 month, 6 month, 1 year, 2 year. That's how it works. All right, let's edit. Let's go new member. No, that's not what I want to edit. I want to upload. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll leave. I'll leave the new member one alone. For now. Desktop. View large icons. Oh man, guys. Are you guys hyped? What's happening? What is happening? All right. All righty. What a day. What a day. All right. I think we're almost done here. Got one more image to upload, and then we'll get back to the chat, everyone. How's it going? I don't even know what's... I don't know. I can't talk. I just can't talk. I just can't. Hey, we do have someone at the year mark. Nice! All right, cool. That's all done. Oh, no. The aspect ratio is not allowed. Okay. So, Duo, okay. Can you resize those all to 320 by 320? And the file size has to be smaller than one megabyte. So the file size of each one of those images can't be bigger than 1 megabyte, and then 320 by 320. Should be a simple resize, but I got a live stream going on, so I'm going to get back to the stream. Did you see the recent 4chan rumor for Pokemon Gen 8? No, I did not. I'm sure there are some things going on. I don't know. Let me see if anyone I know is talking about it. There's lots of 4chan rumors all the time. So see if anyone's putting anything legit to it. I don't know. I'm not seeing any legit talks about it. Maybe it's on the Reddit. I don't know. Anyways, if someone wants to like DM me a link to that, maybe we could talk about it. But I have not seen those, Joseph Cohen. Excuse me. Gotta wait till payday tomorrow night. Oh, does that mean Robert Smith is up in it? Getting crazy. We're getting closer to that $400 goal, and that is when we start doing another episode of Side Quest. That'll be fun. Pay night, payday, pay night. I hear you. I get paid at night too. It's weird. It deposits in my bank. My YouTube check deposits in my bank like 7 p.m. or something. It's such a weird time. It's like it's payday, but then I can't really use it all day because I don't get paid till night. Knock Fox, random question, but do you personally think Metro Prime 4 will have a multiplayer of some sorts? No. I think they're going to go back to after what they did with Federation Force, which is a really good game. I think they're going to go to straight single player for this because it's been so long since we've had a Prime game, like a true blue, normal Metroid Prime game, that I think they're going to stick with single player. Yo, Nate, what's the direct lineup? I wish I knew. I wish I knew if there was a direct. Let's see here. What were the NES games announced? Anything good? I don't want to stop watching to look it up. The NES games were Blaster Master and Zelda 2. Those are what we are getting this month, and those are the only ones announced, and they arrive on January 16th. Yes, I was already subbed to you. I just wanted to see it. Honestly is best policy. There you go. I said I mean, it's just a cool dragon. Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn was already announced in the September Direct, and 2016 didn't have a January Direct, and I guess you could say the same thing for 2014. It was only for South Korea. I know. There's only been twice in the history of Januaries that they haven't had a Direct, and Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn, while it was already announced, the release date wasn't announced. That was announced today. Just like Yoshi's Crafted World was already announced, but the release date was announced today. Your Bucks are looking good. Thanks, Skip Bayless. You're not the real Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless doesn't give a crap about the Bucks. But yes, the Bucks are looking good. Do you think Nintendo has any big games left this year that are still unannounced? Of course they do. There's probably at least 1 or 2 games this year Nintendo hasn't announced yet that will release this year. There will be other announcements this year that are for 2020. But, yeah. Hey, we gained a new member. Ryan Lista. Thank you so much. I will be getting the new member icons up at some point tonight. Probably in the middle of this stream again sometime. I just won't say anything. I'll just start doing it as I'm talking about stuff when Duo gets the images resized and everything and done right. I could resize them myself, but I'm trying to keep the stream going. Thank you so much for becoming a new member and joining the Nintendo Prime family that you were already part of, I think, on Patreon. But now you're a part of it on YouTube. So now you get to use exclusive like emojis, like these. Everyone wants exclusive emojis, right? Let's see here. Do you think, reread that one? Let me see. Nick Figure says, so what do you think the whole Frostbite thing with Switch actually means? I don't think Frostbite would be made compatible with Switch for just FIFA. It means that they're considering other games. What those other games are, I don't know, but they are considering other games. So my hope is Madden and Dragon Age, and those are the ones I'm really interested in this year. But I don't know. Let me see. Ricky R. Matt Pat made the same argument in the same order. History used the same example. Oh, you guys are... Did someone ask a question about the Matt Pat versus that one lawyer guy? If so, I guess we'll get to that later in the stream. Stay tuned for some YouTube drama. This sounds like... I'm assuming someone must ask a question about it for that to even be getting talked about. Let me see here. I'm not going to ban you, Clayton. I put people on timeout when they're trolling or like being mean and stuff like that. We don't allow like talks of religion, talks of politics, trolling, people like getting mad. Like, I won't say people getting mad, but people putting others down, whether it's other YouTubers or other people in the chat. We don't allow that kind of stuff. I kind of squash it. And then when you come back after your 300-second timeout, it's not even that long of a timeout. If you can't stop, you get another timeout, and then if you do it again, that's 3 strikes, and then the ban comes. But unless it's something that's over the top, you start like intentionally, throwing porn or something like that. Okay, at that point you're done. But Moonlight RPG says, well, it's unknown a direct is coming this week or this month at all. I just found it strange that Yoshi got a release date along with others when 2019 is going to be huge. We'll see. I hear you. We will see, won't we? It's going to be pretty awesome. Personalized badges are coming. Duo is working on them. They were just the wrong size. That's the reason they didn't. Otherwise, they'd already be up. They were just the wrong size. Not a big deal. But I have the page up, so whenever they're ready to go and my computer doesn't screw up unless we download them, I will get those up during the stream. I know I didn't have to do this during the stream duel, but here's the thing. I like new and shiny things, and if I have those new and shiny things in my possession, I'm going to share the wealth and give those new and shiny things to the members out there that happen to be watching. Korok seeds in my first save file. I'm getting closer to 100% Breath of the Wild. Nice. 197 of them. Nice. Let's see here. Trials Rising is still coming out for Switch this year at some point. The stream is 30% answering questions, 70% doing everything else. I don't know what that means, but our streams are a little wacky. I haven't even done a shot tonight, and I'm already... I just have this weird feeling tonight. I've had a crappy day, and now I'm just sitting here talking to you guys, and I'm trying to like get hyped, get in a good mood. I'm confused. Nintendo confused me today. But you know what? It's lovely ending my day with all of you guys. I can say that. No drama, no stress. Just you and me talking about Nintendo Prime or, you know, what we're all here to do in the first place. Talk about video games. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in, by the way, as well. This is one of our largest, like, singular streams in a long time. We've been bouncing between 90 and over 100. I think we peaked at 120 at one point. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is awesome. If this is what our streams are going to be like moving forward, I definitely need to do more streams on news because, I mean, apparently that's where my audience is at, right? Should I be surprised? I have a channel built around news. I guess I really shouldn't be that shocked. If I had just put like Q&A in the title, we'd probably have half the viewers. Let me see here. We need another Kirby game on Switch this year. Wouldn't that be great? There is a rumor of another Kirby game coming this year. Now, granted, it was almost like a new Kirby game if you look at the history of the series, like every year. It feels like every year or every other year. So it wouldn't be that shocking, but yeah. Shannon Sharp. Yeah, the Cowboys won when I said they won. But here's the thing. Or skip! I watch all those sports shows. I'm a big sports guy. So, system features that you want to see implemented on Switch in 2019. System features. Web browsing. Local voice chat. I guess themes would be nice. I don't really care about them. But because if they add themes, all they're doing it for is so they can sell themes to you and make more money. So I just don't really care. But it's a thing. It's a thing. I think I missed a question in here that was pinged at me. Just Cliff says, do you expect to see paid DLC for Super Mario Odyssey and Mario Kart or the sequels? Also, Mario Kart Tour is on the horizon. Curious if there will be any Switch connectivity. Okay, so paid DLC for Super Mario Odyssey, I want to say yes, because Furukawa talked earlier in 2018 about how they want to release DLC for their evergreen titles on Switch, and Odyssey is one of their evergreen titles, and it's one of the only ones that does not have any paid DLC. Zelda got paid DLC. Mario did not. But it also gets to a point where you get so far out from when that game launched that do you make DLC now, or do you just put that content into a new game and release like a Mario Odyssey 2? So I think it's an interesting conundrum with that particular game, because I almost think they're at the point where they're better off just releasing a second game than making new content for the old game. But I don't know what they're thinking, so who knows? In terms of Mario Kart, they could add more DLC. I honestly think it's more likely they do a Mario Kart 9 at some point. Probably won't see Mario Kart 9 for gosh knows. I don't think, 2020, 2021. It's still going to be a bit away because current Mario Kart is still selling so well. Maybe they'll use it to launch a Switch Pro. Maybe they'll use it for the Switch 2. I don't know. Mario Kart Tour is on the horizon. I don't think it's going to have much connectivity to Mario Kart 8, just because Mario Kart 8 itself is already a port from the Wii U, and it kind of uses a Miiverse style thing when Miiverse isn't around anymore, and it's just... It kind of, I don't think it's really designed right for that, but I could see a Mario Kart Tour coming, and that leads to connectivity with Mario Kart 9 in the future. That's for sure. At least that, I think that's for sure thing. Just like I assume Animal Crossing Pocket Camp will be directly connected to Animal Crossing on Switch. I think you'll be able to leave Pocket Camp to go to your town and leave your town to come to Pocket Camp, etc. I think that's going to be a thing that happens. They've done things like that before with Animal Crossing. It just wasn't across multiple devices. So let's make that happen. Blaster Master Zero was really cool. Yeah, dude. The original Blaster Master is really cool too, Joe. Let's see here. Nate, you know Nintendo's history. Hello, Matthew Campos. Welcome to the stream. They usually announce a Direct within a day or two of it. Yes, they usually do. And that is why we don't know what's happening, and we never will know what's happening. The only guarantee this year is Nintendo will be at E3, because they said they're going to be at E3. So I know that. I know if I go to E3 this year, Nintendo's going to be there too. So I know that. That's about the only sure thing about this year. Oh, and like the games they announced, like we know they announced games coming this year. But outside of like Yoshi, I'm not sure if they're coming until they actually get here or have a release date. Oh, there's the Map Hat stuff. So no one actually asked me a question about it. It looks like people were just talking about it in the chat. There is a question about that for Prime Answers. I think someone asked a question about that. So that'll be an interesting topic on Prime Answers on Saturday. Let's see here. Hey, we just got a new subscriber. Brandon the Stallion. Welcome to the Nintendo Prime family. Shockburst, I don't know yet. I'm trying to catch up to the chat. I'm one chat. Like I have the live chat here, and then I have like my behind. Like I'm further back in the chat over here, trying to get everything. Let me see here. Cody Shadley says Madden for Switch this year. I would love to see Madden on Switch this year. I am a Madden fan, mostly because I don't have another option for an NFL game. So I would love to see that happen. Nick Figures. Stop lying, Nate. We all know you have connections. Just tell us if there's a Direct or not. Reggie will never know. I mean, I do know someone who is married to a lovely woman who just happens to be my third cousin twice removed, who had a child who married a Nintendo employee that goes by the code name Cobra, who passed down the food chain that the Nintendo Direct already happened, and none of us saw it because we blinked and it ended. If you look closely in the Yoshi's Crafted World trailer, there is a moment around the 42-second mark that if you blink, the entire Direct is right there. Right there. Now you tell me, do you see it? I know I did. No spoilers. Oh, man. I do have some, like, I know some people in the industry. I don't know anyone at Nintendo, though. Like, I know some people at some third-party companies and stuff, but I don't have any legit connections to Nintendo, so. That I'm aware of, anyways. Maybe one of my connections that third-party company is connected to Nintendo beats me, but I don't, not that I'm aware of. Do you think that, let me see, do you think that Breath of the Wild could get a Direct sequel? Yes, it is possible for a Breath of the Wild 2 or a Majora's Mask style sequel or something like that. Of course that's possible. It could happen. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it could. So, definitely possible. And there is a rumor that's separate from the Direct rumors about something Breath of the Wild related releasing next year in the Zelda series. Whether it's a prequel, a sequel, new DLC, I don't know. But that's a rumor that exists. We've talked about it already. It's out there. So there's that. And I'll be releasing a standalone section of our podcast at some point this week that also talks about that rumor and goes in depth about myself and Eric, my podcast co-host's desires for what that Zelda could be in 2020. So stay tuned, or you can go watch the podcast. It's in the podcast. That's like an hour and 15 minutes long. But if you don't want to watch that, stay tuned. I'm going to separate that out and release it on its own video at some point this week. Heck, maybe I'll do it after this stream. I don't know. I haven't made any final decisions with that. Let's see here. Brandon the Stallion says, do you think we'll get Mario Baseball on Switch? Someday. I mean, I know that one Direct leak had it in there. I don't know. Someday. Let's see here. If Nintendo put microtransactions in Animal Crossing Switch, Animal Crossing is the type of game that suits perfectly for paid content. Just Cliff, you are correct. And that is what scares me about Animal Crossing on Switch, is Animal Crossing is the kind of game that EA would be abusing the hell out of. Sure, there would be stuff you would get for free, but there would be so many paid cosmetics, so many paid loot boxes, which technically do exist in Pocket Camp. They're called Leaf Tickets. They don't really affect the game that much. That's why, you know, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp's not like a big, massive moneymaker like Fire Emblem Heroes is, which is literally built around loot boxes, but they do exist. And it's possible they might exist in Animal Crossing on Switch. I'm just hoping for the best. Until they do it in a main console-style Animal Crossing game, I'm just going to believe they're not going to, and Nintendo's too oblivious to realize the millions and billions and trillions of dollars they can make doing it. Because people are going to buy the game in the millions, and people are going to buy the microtransactions in the millions. But Nintendo hasn't done something like that yet, so I'm just going to assume they're not going to. I hope. Let's see here. So Shockburst, I didn't see what you said earlier. I'm sorry. Maybe you pinged me and I missed it, or you didn't ping me and that's why I missed it. There is a lot of stuff happening in the chat right now. So I'm mostly responding to questions that are in the like maybe people at me at Nintendo Prime. Ryan Lisa wanted to know how many members do we have. Let's see. We have your channel members. Let me see what it says now. For total, why is YouTube asking me what I want to use YouTube as? What kind of question is that? YouTube, I'm literally here. I'm here, YouTube. Hi, I'm live streaming. I'm on YouTube. How do you not know what channel I'm on? I don't understand YouTube sometimes. Hey, notifications went out to people today. You want to know why notifications were going out to people today? I complained to YouTube last night on Twitter. And they're like, ooh, that shouldn't be happening. Why don't you use this form? I never even sent a form in. And suddenly notifications are going out. It's like, oh, we know. I wonder if YouTube is now like acting like internet providers do, your ISP. If you ever notice your ISP being throttled, your internet provider will tell you that your internet's never throttled, right? Now, technically, there is a throttle that exists naturally. It's naturally occurring because there's only so much data that can go through the pipeline. And if everyone in your neighborhood is just slamming the network, and when I mean slamming the network, I mean downloading like terabytes of data while uploading terabytes of data, and everyone's doing that, there can be slowdown in the network because there's only so much data that can go over those copper wires. That being said, I mean, if you have fiber, you're not going to notice anything. What they actually do is they meter people's connections. So they'll be like, oh, this person, me, ergo in this house, uses a ton of internet with my uploads and my downloads. Because of that, during peak hours, we are going to limit his internet so everyone like watching Netflix, 3 blocks from now could still watch it in 4K and be uninterrupted. And they're not supposed to do that. They claim they don't do that. So you call them, you talk to them, they say, we don't know what's going on. We're sorry about the inconvenience. We'll look into it. You hang up, and then literally 5 minutes later, your internet is back to running at the speeds it's supposed to. And I wonder if YouTube notifications are just like that. We're screwing around with your notifications. The bot's doing it. We're doing it. Whatever's happening. You inform us it's happening, and we're like, oh, man, whoa. We don't do that. Everyone should be getting, they acted like everyone should be getting notifications, that they don't limit notifications, that if you are subscribed to my channel, you hit that bell icon in your app, you have it set to get notifications. Every person who does that should be getting notifications. That's what YouTube said to me last night. Everyone should be getting notifications. So basically, I have 43,000 subs. 43,000 accounts should be getting notifications, or whatever. A few thousand who hit the bell icon. But it's not happening. You and I both, look at me, like you and I both know it's not happening. But I said something to them last night about it because I was frustrated because we had people complaining that they're trying to get notifications and it's not working. And suddenly notifications went out today. Maybe YouTube's a cable company now. Cable internet company. I don't know. As for number of members, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8. 2 away from the next threshold to add a new emoji. So we have a brand new one in Ryan. Actually, Joe's a new one from a couple days ago as well. Matthew's been one for 4 months. Be Righteous has been for 9 months. Aiden McFarland, who I've not seen in a hell of a long time, he's been one for 9 months. Blue Bolt's been one for 9 months. Edward Norton at 11 months, about to enter that year. And our longest tenured member on YouTube is Jensen Firefly at 1 year. Crazy. Thank you so much. I wonder who our longest tenured patron is right now. I'm not going to go look that up because I'd have to go back through. You have to go through a few more menus to get to that. But let me see here. Scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down. What are you guys talking about now? Brandon the Stallion says, how would you react if Super Mario Party 2 on Switch returned to the style of the GameCube Mario Party games with bigger and more unique looking boards and Pro Controller support? I just might need a new pair of pants. I love GameCube and under, like the N64 and GameCube ones were the best. Hands down. Hands down the best. Let's see here. Blake Maddox says, there has to be a direct, right? There's so much we already know is coming this year besides Yoshi and Kirby. You are correct. And we still need info. Fire Emblem, Three Houses, Daemon X Machina, Luigi's Mansion 3, Animal Crossing, and more. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But a lot of these games are going to be spread out throughout the year, so they don't have to talk about them yet. I thought Daemon X Machina for sure was going to come early this year. And I thought Fire Emblem Three Houses would come before E3. And they still might, as we got a new subscriber in Dragon Master Z390. Hey, are you using the Z390 chipset with a 9900K? I see what you're doing over there, Dragon Master. And Gizmo Hey subscribed a little bit ago. And Brandon the Stallion apparently 11 minutes ago too. Thank you so much. Clayton St. Sire says, not only do I not get notifications, I'm sorry, I wish I could fix that for you, but YouTube sometimes unsubs me from a number of people, including you. I've had that happen too. I've been unsubbed from I was unsubbed for Philip DeFranco, who I watch almost every video. I have the bell icon hit, and I like and comment on many of those videos. And I was unsubbed like 2 days ago. Had to resub. Like, I don't get it. I get it's an automated bot that did it by accident. Like, you got caught up in a sweep of them trying to remove inactive accounts. But, like, I'm clearly an active account. I'm literally an active content creator on YouTube, making daily content, daily streams, all that stuff. I don't know how they determined that I wasn't one of those people. But it's a bot. That's what happens when you rely on AI. As intelligent as AI is right now, it's still not, like, all the way there. And it's supposed to get better the more it learns, but it just seems to be getting worse. To be fair, less of my videos are flagged for being inappropriate for ads. So that has been something that has been fixed from now compared to a year ago. A year ago, every video I put up got that little yellow demonetization symbol on it. Then you'd have to appeal and wait a few days and get it removed. Now, I've only seen it happen like one time so far in 2019. One time out of 15, 20 videos. That ain't half bad. So that got better. But not everything's better. Robert Smith hits us with that $2 super chat. He says, heading out for a bit. Have a shot on me. Will do. Will do. I have a shot for you tonight. We are doing shots of the Arbor Mist Pink Moscato Pineapple Strawberry Edition. Hey, if you are an alcohol company out there and you would like to sponsor and get free advertising like Arbor Mist just got, who cares? Let's just be honest. It's cheap. That's why I got it. It's cheap. And it's tasty. It's a cheap, tasty thing that if I do the whole bottle, you end up having a good time. Thank you so much. We also had a donation pop in. Just give me a second. Hey, Joe. Is that Joe Prosco? He did a $5 donation. He says, I'm enjoying the discussion, so I wanted to shoot over a donation. No need to do a shot or do some push-ups unless you feel like it. If in doubt, do both at the same time. Oh, that sounds like a challenge. Hold up. That sounds like a challenge. I can't back down from a challenge. Do a shot and push-ups at the same time. You know what that means, right? I either have to go down and grab the shot with my mouth and flip it up as I'm going up on a push-up, or I have to somehow do a one-arm push-up and then hit the shot. And if I fail at both of those, then I just do the shot. I don't know. That sounds like a challenge. How could I back down from a challenge like that? Let's prove how healthy my knee is right now. Actually, this doesn't really prove the health of my knee. But I was supposed to get a scan today. That's a fun thing. No updates on my knee, by the way, for those that are wondering. No hands. Gosh. I got to clear some stuff out here. I got some, been doing some cleaning in the office, and because of that, there's stuff kind of strewn everywhere that I'm organizing. Let me move some stuff here, and at least give me a little bit of space for the sit-ups. Let me see if my workout cam's even working. I don't even know if I have it set up. I probably don't have it set up for the stream. Maybe I do. Let's see what that workout cam looks like. I do have a workout cam set up here. Kind of like that. I know there's a couple of garbage down there. That'll get picked up. All right, I think that's good enough. Let's go back to this cam here. Let's pour the shot and let's see what I can do. Let's see if I can pull off. Gotta do a Jack Black push-up. I don't know what a Jack Black push-up is. Thank you, Joe, for that though, and thank you for the challenge. You said I don't have to do anything. I mean, you basically challenged me to do something. So how can I not do it? How can I back down? I don't know if I can. So just to see it, there's a full shot glass. Let's see if I can get everything on camera here. There's no way in heck I can do a one-handed push-up. There's no way. All right. Ugh. I don't think. No, I can't do a one-handed. No one-handed push-ups. All right, here we go. Well, that was messy. That was messy. I tried to, mouth the whole thing, and that failed. So then I just grabbed it with my teeth and kind of, now there's, booze on my carpet. But I drank most of it. Some went up my nose a little bit, but some went on my shirt. A couple drops on the carpet. It's all right. I'm shampooing the carpets tomorrow in here anyways, so not the end of the world. That looked difficult. That was way more difficult than it needed to be. Oh, well, thank you so much, Joe. Been a while since I've had a good challenge like that. That counts for sure. I mean, I did it. I did it on the up on a push-up. I pulled it off. I thought I could open my mouth enough to get I was trying to get the whole. I was trying to do that, but I couldn't. In the midst of the push-up, I could not get my mouth around it. It's okay. Whatever. I did the best I could. And I did a couple extra. Well, normally I do a push-up per dollar. Or a sit-up per dollar. So, I actually did one less. Or one or two less, I don't know. It's only because the booze was dripping down my chest. And I'm it doesn't feel the greatest. That's alright. I'll take a shower before I go to bed. And obviously the Nintendo Prime jacket's going to have to get washed. It's cool. It needs to be washed anyways. Let me see here. Scroll down. Excuse me. Nick Figure says, what do you prefer? An E3 mainly focused on one game we know nothing about. Metro Prime 4, Bayonetta 3, etc. Or an E3 that has all new surprises. Excuse me. With minor details scattered throughout. Well, I prefer an E3 with all new surprises, of course. The thing is, an E3 focused on just a singular game worked one time. That worked in E3 of 2016. because they discontinued Wii U. If they did not discontinue Wii U, that E3 would have never worked. But they did. And Zelda was that good. Here's the thing. Metroid is a niche game. Metroid fans don't want to hear that. But Metroid is a niche game. Because Metroid's a niche game, they can't dedicate, it takes something special to dedicate a whole 3. A Mario or Zelda or a Pokemon, those are special. Smash could have been this entire last E3. But, no. I'd rather just get a bunch of new announcements. See here. J Senator 06 says, do you prefer physical digital on Switch? And how many physical games do I currently own on January 2019? All right. I prefer both. Some games, I like the convenience of digital, but because I don't have a 400 gig SD card, and no, I don't have enough room on the SD card for all the digital games I do have, I go physical for a lot of stuff. So what do I have? Let's see here. Let's take this out. This game was put in the wrong spot. My son must have did that. Oh, and down goes the Switch game. It's okay. So I have, is there another Switch game in here? Let me just double check. Nope. All right. So I've got, well, you can count, can't you? So there is 10 and then 11. So I have 11 physical Nintendo Switch games. I want way more. I want the entire physical collection. But, gotta make that paper to do that. Gotta not have kids to do that. We also had Hitman's Duo hitting us with a Twitch Prime sub. I'll give you a little wine shot for that one, Duo. Thank you so much, man, for re-upping your Twitch Prime sub. I just missed that earlier because I was in the middle of trying to get that push-up going. Cheers, man. All right. Is Zelda 2 any good? It is my second favorite Zelda game of all time. However, I will tell you right now, it is difficult. It can be grindy. And if you love all of the other Zelda games, you probably will not like Zelda 2 because it is completely different from pretty much every Zelda game that's ever existed. It is a good game. It is a great game. It is a not for everyone game. Are those the Nintendo Prime podcast shirts in the back? Why, yes, those are the same Nintendo Prime podcast shirt. I have 2 of them. Two different ones. Those are different colors, but those are the same design. I have another design, too, you can see on the podcast. We do sell those. We sell all of the merchandise. We sell these jackets. We sell anything you see with Prime logos on, we sell. But no one buys the stuff, because why would you? Why do you care? Why do you want to rep me? Psh. No one wants to, walk down the street and be like, yeah, look at this Prime merch. Excuse me, look at that Prime merch. Matthew Campos sits with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Matthew. And he says, Nate, what Switch game would I get next? You mean what Switch game am I buying next? It's a good question. I don't know if I have anything on slate to buy right now to Yoshi that I'm for sure going to get. There's a lot of Switch games out there that I want to buy or that, I want to get back again that I used to own. But, yeah, that's Yoshi's Crafted Worlds the one I'm getting for sure. For sure. Thank you. Discord. I need your logo sent sometime after the stream. You need my logo sent? What? If I have a good image of your logo, could you send it over so I can fix the old images? I mean, sure. It's okay. It is, I think, this one. Pretty sure it's this one. Here you go. There you go, Duo. Pretty sure. I mean, it's good enough. You're gonna pixelize it anyways. So that's not like the super high quality one, but that should hopefully be good enough. That's actually the OG logo. That's not the high definition one, but it's all right. Let me know if you need the high definition one, and that's not going to cut it. And no, you didn't know the Z390 chip thing existed. Yeah, Dungeon Master. The Z390 is a chipset for Intel's latest processors. I didn't think it was intentional, but I thought if it was, that's pretty good. Hey, whatever happened to being on the Spawncast? I was on Spawncast last month. I'm not a regular. I don't know when I'm going to appear again. I honestly could not tell you when I'll be on again. But, yeah, I was on last month. I'll probably ask John about, I don't know, maybe later this week if I can be on sometime this month again. If there's a Saturday that works out, that also works out for me. And see what he says. But, yeah, I'm not planning to be on Spawncast every week. I don't know that I can commit to being on every week. But, yeah, I was on Spawncast, 2 episodes ago? 3 episodes ago? Something like that. You haven't watched the Franco since this little incident. Totally understand, Brian Jordan. To each of their own. Hey, man, what do you think of the heavy-duty Mamba case? Actually, do you have any of the cases for your Switch, or do you take it out bare? This is the case I use. This right here. This is a Rayval case. I don't even remember which case it's called, but this is what I use. You put your Switch down there. This actually isn't a strap. This goes underneath your Switch. This is a lift cord, so you can lift your Switch out easy. And you can actually take it off. It's like Velcroed in, but whatever. Anyways, there's that. And then this goes down. And then you Velcro on top like that to hold your Switch in. And then it holds, 25 games? 30 games? No, I'm sorry. 29 games. Holds 29 games, and it's got a thick enough area up here to hold a set of Joy-Cons, a charge brick, and the grip. So you can bring your grip with an extra set of Joy-Cons and a charge brick all in that top. And it's like this is the size. It's like double or twice the thickness of like one of those cheapo Walmart cases or whatever. I have a whole bunch of Switch cases, but this is the one I use. It is my favorite daily driver. So that's what I use, and that's what I take my Switch out in, if and when I take my Switch with me. Admittedly, I don't take my Switch out as much as I used to. I'm always driving, and I'm driving my kids places, and I'm not going to bring my Switch. Like, my kids aren't going to play it, because I don't let them play it outside the house. They do some damage to it, let me tell you. I don't even know if you can, like, does this show up? There's, like, bite marks, and I'd rather use it at home where I can supervise them a bit better than that. So, let's see here. Do you think we'll get more returning stages as DLC for Smash Ultimate until we get every stage back and we finally be able to say everything is here? No, we won't get everything. They don't have an interest in bringing all the old stages back. That's not really something they're focused on, so that's not something we're going to get. But it's a nice thought, isn't it? I think it's a nice thought. Let's see here. K Boomski 17. When is Family Game Night video coming out? Good question. And no, I have not been paid for that video yet. So that is a sponsored video. They're obviously not paying me until I do it. I can't remember if they wanted to look at it before. I don't think they cared if they look at it. They just wanted it done, and then I send it to them. That is a good question. I'm hoping. The thing is, it's hard for me to get all of my family together, my fiance, me, and all of our 3 kids because of all the activities, the fact that my daughter goes over to her other dad's half the time, getting us all organized together to do it. I'm hoping to record it this weekend. As soon as I get it recorded, then it's just on me. Then it's on me editing, figuring it out. So I'm hoping, crossing my fingers and hoping that it is going to happen this weekend that we get it recorded. But that's all I can really say. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen tomorrow night, and it'll just be me, my fiance, and my daughter. But I don't know. I feel like my at least my oldest son should be in it because he'll actually be able to play. I need a second set of Joy-Cons for it too. Now that I think about it, and I only have one. Isn't it strange? I only have one pair of Joy-Cons. I need to get another set. But thanks for the question. Just Cliff says, do you expect Nintendo to take over Sony's booth at this E3? It will literally be Nintendo Land this year. If so, hope that Nintendo takes their booth to make lines shorter for everyone. Probably not. It's expensive, that floor space. They might take it. I think they might have a bigger booth. I don't know if they're going to take all that space, though. There's some that'll come over from the other one, and the other one will become more like a shopping zone. Because a lot of the, there's like the West Wing and the South Wing or whatever. A lot of the South Wing is like shopping now. Like go buy a bunch of video game stuff. So I think like Activision or Ubisoft or someone from there will come over to the other side where Nintendo is. Since Microsoft just does theirs in their own Microsoft Theater now. Which makes a lot of sense. It's only a couple blocks away, to be honest. It's not that hard to just walk to and go to the Microsoft one. I didn't get to go to the Microsoft one this last E3, so I'd probably go check it out. The next E3, if I go. Again, I don't know if I'm going to go. I'm in the midst of trying to make this channel full time, so who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Let's see here. What a way to die. No hands. Let me see here. Brandon, do you think we'll get more returning stages as DLC? No, I don't think we're getting any of the old stages, we're getting new stages, We're getting new characters, new stages. So that's what's gonna happen. Let's see here. Shoppers, Kirby's Epic Yarn was announced in September Direct, and both 2016 and 2014 didn't have January Directs. Yes, and your point? I don't know what your point is. Let's see here. Blaming your mishaps on your son yet again. Hey, I got to be able to blame my children while I can, right? Where is Link to the Past on your favorite Zelda game list? Somewhere in that 6 to 8 range. Somewhere in there. Cough, Discord, cough, 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 cough. Deadman1367. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, that was for earlier, too. Okay, gotcha. I'm going to walk down the aisle in Nintendo Prime gear. I mean, if your fiance's okay with it and your family, I mean, sure. Walk down the aisle and what you want, man. I mean, this jacket, which I don't know if you'd want to wear, like it's got the logo on the back. Or it says Nintendo Prime on the back. Like, it's kind of cool. I guess everyone will know what you're repping. Let's see here. You got Monster Boy as an early birthday present. Nice, Joe. Sweet. Where can people find the Nintendo Prime podcast? They can find it on iTunes. They can find it on Podbean. They can find it on the Google Play Store if you use the Google Podcast app. We're also right here on YouTube. If you go to our homepage, you scroll down, there will be a Nintendo Prime podcast playlist. So, also NintendoPrime.net, as Eric will kill me if I don't mention NintendoPrime.net, since that's the only place that every episode of the podcast lives, from episode 1 all the way through 92. There is not this channel, not Podbean, not anywhere does every single episode actually exist except on that website. I hope Gen 8 is revealed soon. I don't think it's going to be revealed soon, but I mean, sure. With their big almost 3 months between the port of Mario to Mario on Switch to Yoshi, you think we're getting a surprise game or a port to tide us over between then? I think Daemon X Machina is going to get dropped in February, but I have no reason to actually believe that. I just think it's going to happen. Whether or not that's a big enough game, I don't know. Mech games are probably niche. I'm not sure, but it looks good. I'm not in the mech games, and I might give it a try. Who knows? Did I take your Wii U out with you more than your Switch? No. I did use my Wii U at an airport once and a couple other places, but no. It didn't. No. My Switch has gone with me way more often than Wii U ever did. Check out the new Zelda Snap-on cases. They're by Hori. Premium Gold Zelda Protector. I can maybe look at those later. Looks like you just copy-pasted. Are you trying to advertise things, Ricky R? Do you secretly work for Hori? I'm on to you. Let's see here. Nintendo Prime, will Duo ever get his 1v1? Why? You're going to destroy me. I mean, I guess it can't be any more embarrassing on stream than any other time, right? Sure. Eventually you'll get your one-on-one. I promise. If you want items off, we can turn them off. You're just going to wreck me. It's just going to be an embarrassing show. I should just play with like Duck Hunt and Dog or someone. Just for the hell of it. Someone I've never played with. Of course, that means I have to actually unlock them. I probably should get back to working on unlocking characters instead of playing online. For my plastic biting. I do have a habit biting plastic. You guys, example. That is a cap. I did that. But I never bite my electronics or my Joy-Cons. So that legit was my kids. But am I excited for Yoshi's Crafted World? Yes, I am. I think it looks really, really damn good. So ML RPG Masters. Has anyone seen the information regarding the Nintendo Twitter account? They have put out release date info in Yoshi's Crafted World and Kirby's extra epic yarn. I'm aware. We have been talking about that for hours. Thank you so much. What are your hopes for the January Nintendo Direct? And even just 2019 in general, stuff that hasn't been announced. I want a new Zelda game announced. I want a new Mario game announced. I know that's retreading, but I don't care. I want them announced so we know they're coming in 2020. I want to know what Retro Studios is working on. I want to see a revival of an old IP. I don't know which one, but I want to see it. F-Zero, Wave Race, Snowboard Kids, Star Tropics, something. A revival. Mother. I mean, you can always hope. Not going to happen, but... And I want to see AAA third-party support finally jumping all in. So Call of Duty, the next Assassin's Creed, even though it's not this year. I want to see Dragon Age. I want to see a whole bunch of AAA third-party support. Being like, yeah, we're coming to Switch now. We waited a couple years. We're ready. Let's go. That's what I'm hoping, but we'll see. Devilish Fury. Hope I'm doing well. Been a bit. I'm doing all right. It's been a long, stressful day, but I am doing okay. Ending my day. Well, it won't really end my day with you guys. I'll probably get out one more video in the middle of the night here. Any new rumors on Witcher 3 for the Switch? Nothing I've heard of. Nope. Also, will you get Mortal Kombat on Switch or Xbox to take advantage of the graphics? I won't be getting it at all. I don't like fighting games. I enjoy Smash for what it is, but it's not even remotely close to my favorite game. So I definitely am not going to pick up another fighting game when I just don't like fighting games. Like, I want you to support the idea of AAA third-party games on Switch, but outside of adding it to my collection, I have no desire. So it would be a game I would pick up way down the road to complete my Nintendo Switch physical collection. And we had a new subscriber, and Jake Norman Martin, welcome. Welcome so much. Thanks for joining the Nintendo Prime family. Nate, have you played Phantasy Star? Yes, I played Phantasy Star Online on the GameCube. Also, can you talk about how your logo came to be? The Nintendo Prime logo, which is an altered Bomb-Omb, came to be, there was a person who used to work with me at Zelda Informer back when that existed. And while I was working on Nintendo Prime stuff, I knew he was good with Photoshop and images. And I went to him and said, hey, I want to make like a new logo for this place called Nintendo Prime. I have no ideas. But I know you're really good with graphic design, and I'm just curious. Maybe you can come up with some concepts. He came up with, gosh, a couple dozen design concepts, and I went through all of them. Maybe one day, if I could dig up the old design concept file, you guys could see what some of the old alternative possibilities would have been. I'm not sure I still have a copy of it, but I can definitely dig around. Anyways, I saw the Bomb-Omb logo, and I kept coming back to it despite looking at other ones, and I'm like, I like that. So then obviously he worked on it, cleaned it up, made it awesome, and that's been our logo. And then someone else came along, I think it was Ricardo Graphics, came along and cleaned up the logo and actually made it like super high quality and stuff, because the original logo I got was pretty rough cut and really wasn't even in HD quality or anything. So Ricardo Graphics cleaned that up and then created some different things, and I paid for that, and that's kind of how it came to be. Kind of a short story, but I mean, doesn't have to be anything complicated. I'm fine with items, but not into 4-man because Lag City. It wasn't that laggy last time we played. That wasn't that bad. Granted, I don't think I ever played with you, but it wasn't that bad. The lag was tolerable. I felt like, but you know, where are the official translucent Nintendo Joy-Cons? They just don't exist. So, I mean, where's the Joy-Cons with a D-pad that are made by Nintendo? Does the Wii U pad work without the system plugged in? No. No. The Wii U pad has no internals in it that run anything. The games are actually ran on the console. The Wii U pad is just a screen that wirelessly transmits the video image from the actual system. Do you think you'll ever get Mario Maker on Switch? Or do you think we will ever get? Yes. I don't know if it's going to be this Mario Maker or if it's going to be Mario Maker 2, but I think a Mario Maker of some type will come to Switch. It was too popular not to. And I think they're just spreading out their Switch, their Wii U releases. It could come this year. Like if they're doing a Wii U port, they could just do it later this year because they are spreading those out. What's your thoughts on Travis Strikes Again? Looks very, very interesting. It's extremely different from what No More Heroes has been in the past, and I'm intrigued. I really hope they release a demo so I can try it because I kind of want to buy it, but I don't know. I feel like I need to play it first. So I really hope they bring a demo. Zelda 42513 wants to see Golden Sun come back. Good call. Jackie NSA says, "Hey Nate, I haven't been here in a while. Welcome back. I just came to hear your thoughts on Mario Maker. A lot of Mario Maker stuff. I know that in December 2017 you said on stream you thought it would come in 2019. Has that view changed? No. I do think if Mario Maker as is, if they're just porting the Wii U version, I think it will come out later this year. If they're making a new one, then I think that's going to be 2020. So if it's Mario Maker 2, they might announce it this year, but it'll come out next year. If it's Mario Maker from Wii U, like, Mario Maker, Deluxe or whatever they decide to call it, since they use that title a lot, then it'll come out this year. I feel like New Super Mario Bros. U is kind of like the big one they're launching now, and then they'll bring out that one like in summer or during a period where they're going to have a little lull. So yes, I do think it will come this year if it's just the port. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for having that awesome memory. Some of you guys remember things I say better than I do because I say a lot of things. And if you're not at every stream, certain things stick with you more. I meant a lot. Man, I forget a lot of things I say. I forgot I even said that. But, now that I think about it, that is something I would say, and it's something I believe in. So, let's see here. It was pretty leggy on that rainbow ship map. Oh, yeah, the one match, but, that's one out of how many? Do you think Super Mario RPG could get remastered? I mean, it could. I don't think it's going to, but it could. I mean, anything could get remastered. I mean, they remastered The World Ends With You from DS, so who knows? Cool. I think I'm actually, that's enough lag for me. I think I'm actually caught up to the chat. So nice. Finally, my two chats have caught up. The one behind answering questions and the one where I'm just glancing at what people are saying as I say things. Do you think we'll get a new Paper Mario announced at E3 that returns to the style of the first two games, like the return of partners, badges, selectable attacks? No, maybe? No? No, Duo? No. My boy Duo. If we do 1v1, I should say when we do 1v1, I want your best. I want your best. Don't come at me with any excuse about me getting lucky and getting a win against some character that you've never played or you're not good with. Give me your best. I'll bring my best. You bring your best. I want to see your best. I want to see your best. If I'm going to take the time to 1v1 you, Duo, bring your best. I'll bring my best. I'll get raped anyways. Shouldn't say that. I'll get wrecked. Don't joke around about rape, guys. Not a cool thing. But, yeah. I think I only said that because he said I want to get ass blasted. So, Duo, you got me on that train of thought. Yeah, bastard. Kidding. I don't care. You might win. I'm not that good at Smash. Based on what I saw of the little bit that you were playing on stream, you are significantly better than me. But it's all right. That's the thing. You don't have to be that good to be better than me. You just have to know the controls. And that's how easy it is. Just know the controls and you will win. Man, I suck. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it because I want to get at least one more video out. If not, at least have a video rendering to put out tomorrow morning. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate all of the support and all of the views tonight. Let me just give a shout out to some of the super chats and stuff we had happen tonight. Let's see here. I know Joe did a $5 donation. Thank you so much for that. Matthew Campos hit us with a $2 super chat. And Robert Smith hit us with a $2 one as well. Thank you guys so much for that support. Thank you for all the new subscribers, all the new viewers, all the new live streamers. I don't really have a stream schedule right now. I just stream when I feel like it, when I have time. And if you guys keep showing up in these kind of numbers, that's just going to make me keep wanting to stream every night. So let's just make that a thing, shall we? Otherwise, you can support me financially if you so choose to and help us launch new shows at patreon.com/Nintendo Prime. Should be a link to that down in the description. You can also hit that join button that's down by the chat or down by the video and become a member. And you get little member bonuses like access to our Discord server and, well, the ability to use those little things that Ryan Lista posted in the chat, those emojis. And you get a symbol by your name, although it won't be the S symbol from YouTube next time, I promise. It'll be something better. Or maybe I'm over-promising. I don't know. We just got a new subscriber as well to end the stream. So that's, let's go, baby. Let's go. Peace out. I'll catch you guys in the next stream or video, whatever comes first. Bye. Oh, Brandon the Stallion. Brandon the Stallion. Which Mario sports game do you want? You had to get that question in. Hey, Mark Greenberg's here. Mark Greenberg. Mark, my boy. I got to ask you something. Hold on. Okay, stream's not over yet. Thank Brandon the Stallion for actually extending the stream because he asked a question right at the end. Which Mario sports game do you want? Strikers. I want strikers. I think we'll get baseball. But I want strikers. Mark, please say you're there. Mark, my boy. Mark. Now he's still there. This is just a question. Don't feel offended. I'm not offended. You want baseball? Nice. Is everything okay, man? I'm not because you're not showing up to streams and you really haven't shown up in like, what, 6 months? At least showing up consistently. You know, you got life. You got crap going on. I meant to ask you. I cried. I had to boot you off our Discord server like a month or 2 months ago because your patronage fell off. Which was fine. You were supporting at a very high level that you absolutely did not need to do. Our Patreon has blown up. We are now at $312 and 53 patrons, and someone named Robert might be upping his patron to $50 tomorrow or something. I don't know. It's going crazy right now. Probably because I lost my job and some people are trying to make me able to do YouTube full time, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much. So just wondering what's happening. I'll just make sure everything's okay. I know you don't hate me or anything. It's nothing personal. Just to see you fall off from like being a patron to not being a patron at all was a little strange. I'll make sure everything's okay. Plus, I haven't talked to you in a while. So, hi. And fantasy football playoff thing, did you take care of that? Did you take care of the winner for the fantasy football playoffs? Get them their eShop card? That's another thing, too. See, Mark? See what happens when you're no longer on the Discord server because you weren't a patron anymore? You don't have to get too deep into it if you don't want to. But I will wait a few moments for your response. Until then, my fiance is home and waiting. Not waiting for like happy fun times here. She wants to talk about some just about herself. It's about a self-reflection thing on some depression related stuff. I'm not going to go much deeper than that, but I see exactly why she's upset. Yeah, I got stuck in some stuff at work. The company didn't die, but some people working there did bad things. Oh, I hate when that happens, man. That I had that happen to a job. I used to be a junior technical assistant. I lost my job because of no fault of my own. I was a salary employee, and right before my son was born, I got laid off because I guess I could talk about now the company doesn't exist anymore. The CEO massively mismanaged funds that no one was aware she was mismanaging. And that caused me to lose my job, and it also caused the company to eventually close. And it sucked because my dad kind of helped found that company, and he didn't even know what was going on. He didn't even know I was being let go. He's on the board, and he wasn't told because they thought it'd be a conflict of interest. So it's not like he was going to fight to keep my job. He just wanted to give me a heads up because my son was being born that, hey, maybe you should look for another place to work before your son's born so you have health insurance. But that sucked, and I had to pay out of pocket for Aiden to be born. God, it was like $12,000. All of my savings, and I've been broke ever since. I've been living paycheck to paycheck ever since my son was born because I had to pay out of pocket. I'm trying to get back, and I deal with fantasy football, but not right now. I want to clarify, I'm not losing my job, just some people were stealing. Yeah, dude. No, I get it. You don't have to get like personal like that. It's cool. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. Obviously, there was some crap going down. I was just making sure because like you were like the OG patron, right? Like the OG. So to not have the OG around anymore, when I know you still like my content, you still care, you're obviously just busy and a lot of things are going on, and who knows, maybe this year you'll be able to catch more streams more often someday. But I'm glad to hear everything's okay. I just wanted to also double check just on that fantasy football thing because I don't even know who won. I know I got eliminated in the first round, so. Oh yeah, I know. I still try to watch the videos, but I miss the streams. Yeah, hear you, man. All right, cool. Well, that's going to do it then, folks. Thanks for sticking around. I hope everything works out, Mark, that everything gets back to some semblance of normal for you. I'd love to see you around these live streams more. See you back on Patreon and back on the Discord and all that great stuff. You were a big proponent of a lot of things here. As an example, Mark, I don't want you to feel guilty about this, but our Super Chat and our donation revenue has tanked since you left town. And not just because you were one of our big Super Chatter and donators either. I can't remember a night that I crossed $100 in months. And you know how reliant I was on that stuff? Still kind of am. I think I made less than $100 in December from Super Chats and donations. But what are you going to do, right? It's life. That's just the way it goes. You were a big proponent of organizing a lot of that stuff, so. This is the first stream of yours I watched. Thanks for doing the stream. See you later. Thanks, Brandon. Hope you enjoy. Try to check out other streams. I'll be doing more talking streams like this about news because they seem to be really popular. But there'll be game streams too. I play Fortnite and Smash and Mario Kart and Splatoon and blah, 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 blah. Single player games as well. Do we have any new big games in February? Not that I'm aware of right now, but I'll have to double check. Maybe there's some on the calendar that I just didn't know of, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing from Nintendo big coming out that month yet. All right, cool. That's finally going to wrap her up. See you guys later.